Okay, let's see. Just turn this down a little bit. There. So it's not too loud. And let's see. I'm gonna switch over to this. There you go. And Layla is here. Living Life is here. Hello, how are you? Okay, and the mouse, I'm gonna leave it there. Welcome to another Saturday evening chill stream. A book stream, you know? We're gonna be reviewing this. The Unofficial SNES Pixel book. It's just awesome, you know? It's just the good stuff. Hey Joe. Hey Hiroki. Hello. Living Live. CDP Media is here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna switch this. I'm gonna move this over here and this over here. So I have the live feed in front of me and the other things there. Peggy says, hello JC and Chad at the porch watching another thunderstorm. Well, you know, I envy you. We don't have thunderstorms here now. It's a very dry winter, but it's okay. Also, the lightning to you know, like I have a light right here over my shoulder. That's why like my face is like dark here and light here, because it's difficult to get this. But okay, well, you know, it has like very cool things, and you gotta be mindful of the reflections so you can see it. But yeah, we're gonna be checking this out, you know. Hey Glenn, how are you? And also I got a couple of other things. Let me just move this so you can see. CDP Mia says, I wish it would rain more out here. Well, oh, it happens. You know? It doesn't really rain here. I got 3 books, 3 nerdy books that we will be reviewing during the following weeks, you know? Not next week, because next week, I'm telling you right now, we're going back to Call of Cthulhu, solo RPG, you know? Alone Against the Tide, that's next week, so be prepared for that. We're gonna make happy squirrel choices. But I got this is a guide to Japanese role-playing games, you know? Where you get the good Japanese games, you see? It's a huge book. We're gonna be checking this out. It is a very, you know, like cheap book for the amount of material that you get with these things, you know? So this is one. The other one is this, The Art of Point and Click Adventure Games. This is a good one, you know? We're probably going to review this, you know, the week after next, because like I said, next week we're going back to play Call of Cthulhu. So get ready for the choices, you know, the happy little squirrel choices. But look at this. You see? Point and click games. Old school, Gabriel Knight. Sins of the Fathers. I think this, what is this? The Dig. This is from Discworld. I didn't know they had a Discworld thing. Monkey Island. Tokyo Dark. So we're gonna get a good one. This one, Sam and Max over there. Loom, Monkey Island. All of the good stuff. We're going to review this with this book. It's just awesome. You know, these are the nerdy things. This is where the money for the super chats and all those stuff goes. All of that written here, you know, in the clipboard. Remember, the clipboard is important. It's where we write down the things we're going to do. And this one is the one we're going to review right now. Monkey Island was awesome. You know? This is the case, you know, it's very fancy. The book, you know, comes protected in this case. So this is the thing we're going to be reviewing during this session. The Unofficial SNES Pixel book. This is going to be awesome. Okay, let's just do this, you know. So this is a book by Bitmap Books, you know. I didn't put the link in the description, but I'm going to do it after the stream is done. I'm going to edit the description in order to put the things. So I don't know what we have here, like Street Fighter. I don't know what is this. This looks like, I don't know, it's like a helmet, some guy, I don't know. We'll see. So here we go. Is the background music at a good level, or should I lower it? You know, can't really tell here. It seems to be a little bit loud, maybe. What do you think? It's a tune by Kevin MacLeod, but I don't want it to be too very, maybe a touch. Okay, I'm gonna lower it a little bit. I had a feeling it might have been a little bit too loud. We're just gonna leave it there, so it's not too intrusive. Let me know if that level seems good for you. That level should be good, and I'm gonna speak into the mic like that. So how's that? Any opinions? Is that better? Seems good? That's good? Okay, good, awesome. So the unofficial SNES Pixel Book. I never had a Super Nintendo when I was growing up because, well, my family didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up, so I mostly went to. I had a good education. That's a very important thing. My parents, they made sure I had a good education and access to. Let me just move this over here a little bit. There's the camera. So I didn't have all the bells and whistles and the last toys, except for a few like the Transformers that were mainly gifts from my grandmother. She was fancy. But in terms of like computers and consoles, we didn't really have a lot of money to spend on that. So I always went to my friends' houses and I played the games, and I was always like marveled by this. I think in a certain sense. Hey Greg, how are you? It's good, because I grew up with the thirst for these things, and now that I am older, I got the classic SNES that I bought. There's like 20 games there, and eventually I played with emulators and stuff. So a lot of the thirst was quenched, but it was more fulfilling, So that's one of the reasons why this retro stuff is really appealing to me. Over here, as you can see, this one I don't recognize, but this one is I'm pretty sure it's from Evermore. And these ones are from Chrono Trigger, I think. We will see, they're in the book. So about this book, I'm just gonna zoom in. I really need to figure out a good lighting, but this is good, but I still cast a shadow with this, so maybe I need this light like from over there or something like that. I don't know, I'll figure it out. You see, about this book, long before giant polygonal ships soared through the digital cosmos, or highly tuned 3D race cars hurled across photorealistic open world landscapes, gaming was all about pixels. We like the pixels. At first, they were clunky affairs made of simple forms and abstract shapes. But as gaming hardware became more powerful, so the artist's craft began to take shape, producing beautiful, timeless artwork that reached its peak at the 16-bit Super Nintendo. To commemorate this era of gaming, we have created this pixel book with countless exclusive screenshots, maps, pixel artwork over years of work. We thank all of our friends, relatives, and colleagues who have helped realize our vision at last. So without further ado, we do this. Okay, so over here we got adventures and RPGs, platform games, platform action games, fighting games, other game genres, strategies, simulations, and oddities. Some nice pixel art, Mega Man. I don't know what the hell this is. Wario over there. There's like a car with eyes, which is kind of weird, but it's okay. Forward, Pixel Paradise. Aha, yeah, the Pixel Paradise. Nice. Over here we got Link from Legend of Zelda, of course. You see? Because Link is a classic. We got some Looney Tunes over here. I don't know. And I have no freaking clue what this is. Some sort of machine robot thing. And Joe says, for the pixels we live, for the pixels we die. Repeatedly. Thank you for save file. Yes. Okay, so in this chapter we got some space warfare. You know, I'm thinking this thing might be a little bit too bright. I'm just gonna turn it down a notch. That might be a little bit better. It's difficult to get like the proper lighting for these things, you see? I gotta zoom in, so maybe it looks better. No, I'm gonna put this a little bit up. They use a lot of ink in this book, like printing against, black backgrounds. This was an American-made game that showed Japanese developers that fashionable animes intros in the style of macros. It's called Space Warfare. You got the ship, you got the mechs, you know. Everybody's just walking around the screen, you know. Weird. Demon Spawn. Capcom's Super Ghost and Ghouls Gargoyle Firebrand and his demon pants will steal the antagonist. In Demon's Crest, the publisher submerges itself in the infernal world of the demonic creatures. This guy looks from Ghosts and Goblins. You know? The goth platformer, Super Castlevania. Yeah, the Castlevania games. You know? Smooched by a vampire. Castlevania, Vampire's Kiss. You see? We got this guy. We got, for some reason, there's like an ox or something. I don't know. Zombies or people running around. I don't know. It's a very nice book, you know. I like these bitmap books. They are originally from the UK. They ship them from the UK. And for the value, they are very cheap, if you ask me. Like, each one of these books is like, I don't know, $25 or something like that. We got Jumpin' Jin, Aladdin. You know, this game was remarkably hard, if I understand. I never played it, you know. I think I played it on an emulator one, or something like that. Cloud Cuckoo, Lufia and the Fortress of... Oh, sorry. And the Fortress of... Doom! You gotta use that, yeah? Peggy says, Castlevania was awesome. Yes. I played a little bit of Castlevania, you know, when I visited my friends. Like I said, I didn't own any of these consoles. Robot Samurai. Nice, you know. The pixel art. Destroyers of Rice Balls, Pokey and Roki. I have no freaking clue what this is. There's some sort of wizard over there, someone over there, and things floating in the sky. Hopefully, some of you might recognize this. Action adventures and role players. You see, this one, of course, we recognize. Is The Legend of Zelda. This one is the one from Evermore. I'll see. Well, and this one is Chrono Trigger, of course, the fight in the bridge that connects the two towers. You know? That one I don't know. But there's a lot of information here. We start, you know, in order, you know, the Zelda game. When the wizard is banishing the maidens, you know, if you remember, there were like 7 maidens they were like imprisoned in crystals and you had to save them. So this one over here, awesome. Look at this. Look at this thing. This is nice, you know? Really, really nice. I think the wizard name was Agahim or something like that. What else do we have here? We got the fairies, you know, where you could regenerate. We got the different villages. A matter of perspective. These are different, you know, this is Zelda. This is another game, I don't recognize that. All of those made in the same perspective, you know, as the Zelda game. Here we go back to A Link to the Past, Zelda, of course. This is Terranigma. I don't recognize Terranigma. And Joe Satoma says, I am ashamed to say I have never played a Legend of Zelda game. Okay, Layla, if you are still there, just please immediately ban Joe. We do not accept people who... No, I'm kidding. You should, you should at least... If you want my advice, play Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past from the Super Nintendo. For me, that's, like the classic Zelda. You have like the overworld song, and it's awesome. And then after that, Ocarina of Time. You play those two, you're good. Yeah, ban Hammer. We do not like people who not play Zelda. No, you should play it. But like I said, Link to the Past. It is actually the first Zelda I played. It's actually not the first, but not the first I saw. I saw the original Zelda, the first one, on the Nintendo Entertainment System and one of my friend's house. But the first one I played, and I played good, was The Legend of Zelda. CDP Mia's Law. This is Link getting the Master Sword, running around. There's like a hack there, the puzzles. And this is when Link goes to the Dark World without protection. He gets turned into a bunny. You can see the bunny. Let me just zoom in on the bunny. You see? This is where Link goes to the Dark World without like an amulet or something like that. So yeah, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. This is, like people these days say, is dead. You should play it. Hiroki Gaming says, one of my first memories is watching my mom and brother play the first Zelda and hand drawing the maps. Yes, that was awesome. Like I said, I saw the first Zelda and I did not realize it was a Zelda. I remember it like decades later when I played the original Zelda on an emulator, and I realized I've seen this, and it was one of the times I was visiting my friends. And Joe says, banana! Banned. And then, hey Jason, how are you? And then I was like visiting, like I was visiting an aunt that lives in Spain. But before I went there, I stayed like for a week in Madrid, which is the capital of Spain, with some friends of my mother. The family of a friend of my mother. And they had a Super Nintendo, but the connection to the TV, it got broken. So the kid from the family, he was very sad because he couldn't play. So I went and I got all the necessary materials and I fixed the connection. And he was very happy, and as a thank you, he let me play with the Super Nintendo. So during the daytime, I was running around Madrid, like taking pictures and looking at the places. And at nighttime, I went back to their apartment and I played The Legend of Zelda. And that's when I did this, The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. So I'm thinking that's why it holds like such an important place for me. I went like through like, I don't know. I remember I went to the Dark World, finished a few of the temples. It was just awesome, Roly-poly bosses. This is the boss from the desert temple. He just jumps around. A couple of like desert worms, sandworms, something like that. The Rigid Giant, Soul Blazer. Never played Soul Blazer. This guy is battling this big ass boss. The Rendered Worm, Secret of Evermore. This is the good one. I played this one, and I remember that you had this dog, and the dog changed because you were jumping between time periods, or I don't remember if you jumped between time periods of different realities, but every time you jumped, your dog changed, So as to like adapt to the reality. It was really weird. The Almost Open World. You see the maps. I don't know which one is this one, but this is then again Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. This was the template, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past was the template. And I remember when I was playing this, you know, like all those years ago. I'm telling you, this happened in the summer of '95, of '94 actually. That was the first time I played The Legend of Zelda. At this family were friends of my mother in Madrid, in Spain. And I was looking at the map, you know, trying to figure out how to get to the different areas, because the map is actually a full rendition of the actual terrain. So if you see that there's like a thing over here, a canyon that you can walk, it's there, you know, in the game. It was awesome. Over here we got like a long tower. It says Open Sesame. Terra Enigma. No, never played this one. This looks cool. Probably you enter here and then the camera panned up or something like that, or it panned down and then you enter. I don't know. Never played this one. The Echo Warrior, Terra Enigma. Never even heard of this one up until now. Terra Enigma, 1995, 1996. The menus. Over here you got the menu from The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. You see? You were getting the medallions. You got the different things. You got the boots for running. This was for lifting heavy things. This one was for, I don't remember, swimming or something like that. And this one, I think it was so you don't get turned into a bunny when you go to the dark world, maybe. Different equipment, you know. The crystals, these are the maidens you have to rescue. It's awesome. The other ones I don't recognize. Must be from other games, you know. Radial menus, stuff like that. I'm guessing this is the same Terra Enigma they are talking about. I think this is the same protagonist. This is cool. This cool looking game. The Zelda RPG. Square's Secret of Mana. I tried to play Secret of Mana, but I never kind of finished it, you know? It was after I played the Evermore and the Chrono Trigger. I started playing a little bit of Secret of Mana, but never finished it. Looked different from what I remember. Dog Days. Here we got it. You see? Dog Days, Secret of Evermore. Clearly inspired by the more successful Secret of Mana. But the unusual time travel plot harks to Western popular culture, classic 80s movies and point-and-click adventures. Your companion seems like wolf-like and ferocious, while in the future scenario suddenly becomes a flying toaster. Yeah, you see? This is in the future. Let me just zoom in so you can see. This is your dog in the future. It's like a robot, like a flying toaster robot. And this is your... I think this is in the present, and this was in the past, or something like that. But there's one like he looks like a wolf in the far past. Or I don't know, something like that. Secret of Mana is magic, says Joe. #Pwn. I don't remember this boss, but I must have fought it because I remember finishing the Secret of Mana. Soul Blazer and its sequel Terra Enigma. Yeah, never played these ones. This is really cool art, you know. It looks like the heads in Prometheus. You know? I know we don't like to talk about that because it is you know like anathema for us, but it is pretty cool looking art. Legend of the Mystical Ninja. And Mystical Ninja. Well, I've never seen these ones, you know? Looks like a platformer thing over here. But this is the Square. this is not for the... Is this for the Nintendo? It looks like from the Game Boy, I would say. It's weird because it has like almost a black, a square screen, you know? Weird. First person here. Weird. And we have the point and click Zelda, Young Merlin. Yep, never heard of this one as well. Apparently point and click. Which is weird for the Nintendo, you know, because you had the controller. But apparently they had point and click as well. You can tell over there is the... like the cursor, you know? It's not a cursor, it's like the arrows. Sleep of the Just. What is this? We got Secret of Evermore. This one, Secret of Evermore. This one is Dragon Quest. Secret of Mana. Earthbound. Chrono Trigger, which I played, is awesome. Legend of Zelda, of course. This is in the beginning, before Link awakens, you know? Terra Enigma. I never played it. Peggy says they also had rail cars. Hated those. What, in this one? The point and click Zelda, or the Jack of all trades, this one, Legend of the Mystical Ninja? School of Dragon Quest. Here we got 1985 Dragon Quest 6. Never played this one. Inspired by early episodes of Ultima and Wizardry. Dragon Quest. Oh, never played it. Young Merlin? Oh, like I said, this is the first time I've heard of that game, you know, like right here with you, like flipping through this book. There were a lot of games for Super Nintendo. And over here we get Lufia and the Fortress of Doom! I need to get like a screen shake effect. I don't know if there is a one, but it could be good, you know? More things like first person dungeon crawlers, the wizardry effect. Dungeon Master. This one is called Dungeon Master, you see? Like first person. I don't understand why the screens are almost square. I don't think they are 4:3 ratio, which is like the standard you had them. This looks like almost square. Maybe it's 4:3 ratio and I'm just being like a jackass, you know? Look at this. You see? Eye of the Beholder is this one. The first one is Wizardry. Dungeon Master and Eye of the Beholder. Jason says, I mainly played a lot of Atari 2600 games as a kid. Didn't get back into playing a game until my boys were young. GameCube, then Xbox. Xbox fan ever since. Started PC 7 Days to Die back in 2019. That is a good game, you know? Still a noob on PC gaming. Wow, yes, noob. And over here we get turn-based games. 7 Saga, this one. Dragon Quest 6, this one. These are more like similar to the Square Enix Final Fantasy original games, you know? Lufia, over here. Breath of Fire. I also played Breath of Fire. Final Fantasy IV. Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger, great game. Great game. Final Fantasy, I've only played Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. You know, and I finished those. I never played any of the originals. Full Frontal Attack. We get pixels, you know, we get pixels of different things. We got pixels of this guy, which is not friendly apparently. We got pictures of like the demon bunny or something. You can tell because of it like a demon bunny. 7 Saga was brutal, says Peggy Bradford. Never played those, you know. I missed a lot of good games, it seems. You got like this bat over here. This guy is cosplaying like an avocado or something. I don't know. Like a dancing like monkey thing. I don't know. This one is a Pokemon, you know? Clearly. This is Bulbasaur, you know? Or I don't know. The predecessor to a Bulbasaur. Paladin's Quest. This looks cool. And this is causing it or something like that. I don't know. This robot looks pretty similar to the one from Robotech, you know, like the Inbit. Super Castlevania has an awesome score. I never played, like, I played a little bit of Castlevania, but like in emulators, you know, but I never played through one of the Castlevania games. Lufia and the Fortress of Doom! Okay. Like this here looks suspiciously like Wilson, if you ask me. This guy, you know? I think this is like Wilson cosplaying, like in the early days, you see? That's why he's blue. But they're pretty sure this jackass over here, Wilson. Peggy says, when our kids were young, we rented a lot of games, yeah. And in those days, I only had like my Atari 65 XL, you know, which is similar to the 800 XL. So I played Atari games. And when I went to my friend's house, I played with their Commodore and with the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum. Later on with the consoles, you know. And by the 90s, some of my friends, of course, have PCs, so started playing a little bit of PC. And Atari ST, one of my friends had an Atari ST, was just awesome. Chrono Cross. I started playing Chrono Cross because it was supposed to be the sequel to Chrono Trigger, but never finished it. You know? But like I said, this one is Wilson, the early days. The Defector. This one is from Chrono Trigger. This is was one of the antagonists that you could either defeat and kill, or you could make it into a member of the crew. You know. This is where you got to the lair of this guy, which then again could be one of the crew. You see. This is the guy that got turned into a toad by the bad guy. I don't remember the name of that guy. Should probably say it over there. This one is your friend. She's the one who invented the time machine. And this is Chrono. Jason says, still use a game controller with the mouse on PC. Still haven't gotten used to keyboard gaming yet. Had to teach an old console player new keyboard tricks. Oh. I function better with, you know, like keyboard and mouse. The Time Traveler. Yeah, Chrono Trigger was an awesome game. Really, really cool. I remember this. Janus, yes, Janus Magnus, yes. He was like a little kid and he was like sucked into the time stream and then you encounter it again as one of the big bads. Yes. And this is the big bad. It's Lavos, I think it was, you know? And you can actually go in time to after Lagos has the apocalypse, you know? And you keep jumping between ages, you know? You get some awesome... I remember this lady, she's from the past. She has a tail for some reason. And the design of the characters is very similar to Dragon Ball because Akira Toriyama was the guy who did the design for all the characters, you know? Theater play, Final Fantasy III. Yeah, I never played any of the Final Fantasy games on the Super Nintendo. Alien influence. The influence of Western entertainment brands on Japanese popular culture can be seen when observing the games of the 16-bit era. H.R. Giger, Alien Designs, yes. Creatures from Lovecraft. Atari 2600 with the wood grain and toggle switches. Yes, that was... I never had an Atari 2600. I had my Atari 65XE. I actually had an Odyssey 2. If you Google it, Odyssey 2, that was the first console I had. You know, in its time, it was just cool. Ever heard of Saga Frontier? No, doesn't ring a bell. Peggy says Final Fantasy VI is my favorite. Yeah, I never played it. I started with 7, ended on 9. Isometric Dragon Magic, Breath of Fire. I think I played Breath of Fire as well. It rings a bell. I don't know if I finished it, but I think I played it a little bit. The Average Joe. What is this? Earthbound. Okay, this is more... I thought Earthbound was like contemporary, but it says 94, 95. Must be like same name. You know? And Joe also likes the controls with the controller. Look at this. Like 80s movies in the style of Steven Spielberg, Earthbound begins in a small, comfortable town. The impact of a comet loaded with evil energy, upper left in the picture, so somewhere around there, marks a turning point for Ness and his friends. Nice. You see, this is composite from a lot of images. Very, very nice. Over here, I'm gonna zoom in on the comet with the evil energy. You can tell the comet with the evil energy, you see? It's right there. Small comet, if you ask me. Future Noir, Shadowrun. I never played the Shadowrun things. I understand it was similar to D&D or something like that, you know? It was an RPG, certainly. Like 3D isometric thing. Never played it. What do we got here? RPGs in dungarees. CDPB says, what? I never played Shadowrun, sorry. You never played it? No. Okay, Layla, ban me immediately. We do not, admit people who never played Shadowrun, so just go ahead and ban me immediately. Okay, don't ban me. And Blissful 45 says Shadowrun was a mix of cyber and fantasy RPG. Oh, I've heard of it, but never played it. And let us Banhammer. Platform games. Mega Man. We get Mario, which for some reason had like a tail and he could spin it, you know. Metroid. The Mario game, of course. I remember playing, the Mario games with my friends. I don't remember if it was in the original Nintendo Entertainment System or on the SNES. And I only had access to the games from the Atari. And I was really, really jealous. I will admit to that. Joe says, Shadowrun was post-apocalyptic. Magic returned to the Earth and returned fantasy creatures. Cyberpunk and fantasy. Nice, nice. We got the different Mario things, License to print money. We got Aladdin. Like I said, I played a little bit of Aladdin on emulator once. The Flintstones. I never knew they had like a game. Looks nice. Kid Clown in Crazy Chase. This one, never knew it. In an Indiana Jones game, this one over here. I don't know. Jungle Book. Okay, Indiana Jones. You see? And this is possibly like the run animation, Jason says, I once spent about $200 to beat the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game in Atlantic City while waiting for my parents to finish gambling in a casino. On vacation at the time, I was still a teen. Well, that was an expensive thing, But sometimes you gotta do it, You gotta do what you gotta do. CDP says, wasn't really an apocalypse, there was a severe economic collapse and magic returned with other mythic races. Well, it was the grim dark future. But look at this, sprites and different animations for Mario, you see? We got with Yoshi over here brutally consuming a turtle and then spitting it as fireballs, you see? This is absolutely brutal. There's Yoshi. Joe says, yeah, $200 seems about right. Island of Secrets, Yoshi's Island. Yeah, I've seen these games but never played those. The remake, Super Mario All-Stars. You see? We got Mario. We got this weird looking fellow. We got the Princess Peach. Still don't know why Mario had a tail and just like raccoon ears. Kirby Superstar. Never played Kirby as well. A lot of images of Kirby. Jump and run map. We got Super Mario World, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country, Kirby Superstar. I played a little bit of Donkey Kong Country. You know? The Flintstones, weird. Chaos Bunny. Tiny Toons Adventure. Buster Bust Loose. Yeah, never play this. So this is not Bugs Bunny, this is Buster Bunny or something like that. Weird. This guy seems surprised, if you ask me. Jumping Mouse. The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. I always thought the Mickey Mouse games were in this Sega, you know? In the Sega Master System. For some reason. Never thought they were also on the Nintendo. Hakuna Matata. The Lion King. Yeah, never play this. We got the monkey, you know, doing dangerous thing with the lion cub. Oh, never play this. Aladdin. I've heard this game was very, very difficult. Like I said, I tried to play it on an emulator. Got bored really quickly. Weird. Of course, this cartoon, you know, like movies adapt very good to pixel art because they are cartoonish to begin with. Yeah? Pinocchio. Yeah, this is one of the other ones I have never even heard of. There was a Pinocchio game. So freaking weird. Look at this. Pinocchio and dollmaker Geppetto. And this is a game called Cool Spot. And Joe says, what's wrong with Prince Simba? Damn monkey dropped him. Yes, you know, it was not very safe. Cool Spot. I don't know if anybody ever played Cool Spot. This thing completely alien to me. Never ever heard of Cool Spot. Render Monkey. Yes, I played this one. Pre-rendered 3D imagery created on Silicon Graphic workstations. It was pre-rendered, you know. I always thought this looked very, you know, like advanced for its time. We got platform action, Contra. I actually played like the Contra games on the arcade, you know, never played it on console. And Walker Texas Zombie says 7-Up Spot. 7-Up Spot? What? The advertising cake? Oh. Yeah. Never played it. Super Ghosts and Ghosts. Super Castlevania. This is Super Ghosts and Ghosts, and this is Super Castlevania. Contra 3. Alien Wars. Mega Man X. Castlevania Vampire's Kiss. Weird. And Joe says, I remember Cool Spot. It was 7-Up's attempt at the mascot. Jason says, that was about what I had to spend in my vacation. To this day, I still feel dumbass who blew 200 to beat a video game. But also, I beat the damn video game. Proud, but ashamed. Lol. Hey, like I said, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And we get, like, Mega Man different things, you know? X-Buster, Homing Torpedo, Chameleon Sting, Rolling Shield, Fire Wave, Storm Tornado, Electric Spark, Boomerang Cutter, and Shotgun Ice. A lot of, you know, like different, I don't know, powers and upgrades, I'm guessing. Cut horizontally. We got Mega Man. I think it's Mega Man, right? Mega Man X. Bunch of robots. For some reason, there's like a cyber ostrich or something like that. Weird. Pretty weird, if you ask me. Mega Man X. Basically, this guy just changes color, you know? We got Star Wars ripoff. We got like an elephant for some reason, cyber elephant. We got a wasp, mechanized wasp. Walker Texas Zombie says Mega Man wasn't the easiest of game. I've heard about Mega Max, you know, I've seen some videos of it, maybe. Never played it as well. All of these platformers games required a lot of skill, you know, physical coordination, hand-eye coordination, and muscle memory. Android with X, Mega Man X. Here you got like boss battle or something like that. Fighting this thing, I don't know, this thing. Boss Inferno, the Alien Wars, Super Probotector? What the hell is this? The intense shooting sessions quickly became iconic among European fans, even though Konami changed the title to Super Probotector. Contra 3, the Alien Wars. Peggy says, my son loves Mega Man. Good. Good games? Awesome. I think I've seen this, you know, I remember this guy like shooting this like metal robot Terminator thing. And this, it was Super Contra. Yeah. This is more like what I played at the arcade, I remember. Huh? And this is a top-down level, which seems weird. Joe says, there were 2 arcades I had access to as a kid. I fed half my Pepper Route money every month to those quarterly machines. Yes. Hey, Power Punch. How are you? We're checking out the unofficial Super Nintendo Entertainment System Pixel Book. You know, reminiscent some of the classics. This is cool, you know. This is really cool. CDP says, when you beat him, he cuts his head off. Yes? Nice. The High Flyer. Cybernator. Yeah, this doesn't ring a bell. PowerPoint says, the good days. Old school, you know? Old school. Classic 90s. Heavy mecha metal. Metal Warriors. This one doesn't ring a bell as well. Cool, you know, like graphics. Cyber Ninja, Hagane, the Final Conflict. This is a cool image, you know, like the floating head, but never seen these ones. It's a combined product of mythological Japanese folklore elements and futuristic ideals. A mixture that became very common in other games too. Sega's Shinobi franchise, for example, mixes science fiction with East Asian folklore, magic, and steampunk, just like many different mangas and animes at the time. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. This brings, you know, like flashbacks of the video I put up like a couple of weeks ago. And I also in the video I got this armor, you know, this is special like gold-plated armor. So I think it might be a homage to this, you know, adding in the new game. But this is the stuff of nightmares. You die, and you die. Hard as nail levels, yes, exactly. Use the Pixel Force. Super Star Wars. I have to tell you, I never knew this existed, and it actually looks really, really cool. Walker Texas Zombie says, at 5-year-old I would spend hours on 1/4 at the pinball machine in the mid-80s. Those were the good times. Yeah, I always admire people who would play the pinball things. I lasted like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something like that. That's a huge lightsaber. Yes, this one. This is a Tom-Tom. Look at this. This is really cool imagery. We're gonna look at this a little bit so you can see it. But it says boss, you know? Not Palpatine or whatever, boss. You know? Jason says, the last hour we were in Atlantic City while I was battling chompers. My dad turned 40. He had left to gamble into 400 playing blackjack. Pretty good end of a vacation. Nice. Over here we got the fight in the Ender Moon. You can tell because of the stormtrooper with the like forest scout thing. Luke's animations were really good, says Blitz of Falls 45. Yeah, like I said, I never even knew this existed. Look at this. Fighting the TIE fighter over there. Over here we got in the hot planet. And this is in Tatooine, I'm guessing. Very, very nice. CDP Mia says, brain cookie. Weird. Jason says, never knew about a Super Star Wars either. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen this, you know? And it actually looks really nice. And apparently the Jedi have invisibility as a power? That's weird. What do we have here? This is you're in the Millennium Falcon. You're you know, like using the turret. This is in Dagobah. Hey, Miss Ink became a member. Awesome, awesome. I don't know if the Miss Ink is watching the stream or just an automatic, you know, like resubscription or whatever. But thank you. Mos Eisley Cantina. This is in Java's ship, you know. You play, actually, here, look at this. You play as Leia. Scantily clad slave girl Leia. Nice. See? This is the Mos Eisley canteen. This is in Dagobah, which I never knew something like that happened. This is with the Millennium Falcon. Man in the turret. Over here we are in the floating city, you know. And this I guess is Dagobah as well. And in the ice planet of Hoth, when the Imperial Probe landed. Walker Texas Zombie says, Super Star Wars was really good. Well, it looks like it, you know. I'm really liking these screenshots. Walker Texas Zombie says, I played a lot of this game. Well, you were lucky, you know. Because this is the good stuff, you know. Why is Vader's head on the ground next to Leia? I don't know, but good good eye, you know? That is, in fact, Vader's head. But I don't know why it's Darth Vader's head there. Maybe you get those and you collect points or something like that. Weird. Vampire Hunter. This is Super Castlevania 4. Simon Belmont. I was trying to remember the name. I think I played like 5 minutes on an emulator of one of the Castlevania games, but never played the series, you know? Always heard about the games. Vampire's Kiss of Dracula X. Weird. There is a pond there, but I'm walking away from it. Good, good. Hashtag pond. Dracula X is visually brighter and more cinematic than Super Castlevania 4. Vampire's Kiss, or Dracula X, or Dracula XX in Japan. Something of a reimagining of a PC Engine game, Akumaju Dracula X Chino-Rondo, or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce Japanese, sorry. Probably butchered the pronunciation there. Don't quote me, but I think the Vader heads were power-ups, can't remember though. It seems about right. A Can of Worms. Earthworm Jim. I played a little bit of this Earthworm Jim thing. I don't know, he went to space? That's weird. He could use his body as a whip, you know? He like grab his body and use it as a whip. It was really weird. And I don't even know what the hell is going on here. It seems to be an adult activity, but we will not dwell further into this because this is a family channel and that seems to be an adult activity. In the bubble. Weird. Going through it like a tunnel in space or whatever, I don't know. One of the best games, Earthworm Jim. Like I said, I played a little bit, but I don't know. And Ken says it is his attack hamster. Oh yeah. I played like one stage of Earthworm. I found the worm to be a bit creepy. It was kind of weird. The attack hamster. Yeah. What is this? From Flashback to Super Metroid, the genre of horizontal platform adventures and Metroidvania games experienced an early peak on Nintendo's 16-bit system and inspired the creative minds of game designers all the world over. This is from, you know, like another world. I recognize the animation. Water Texas says, lol, he's riding on the hamster back. Okay, yeah, we're gonna say that. We're gonna say that. Shamus Chip. This is from Metroid. Super Metroid. Weird. Some weird cutscenes. This is from another world or Flashback. I remember Flashback was like the same thing as, or very similar to another world. Super Metroid. Okay, this guy over here looks extremely like, you know, like flabbergasted by the situation. This guy, you see? He's like so. Or something like that. It's weird. Morph Ball. I played the Metroid for, I don't remember if it's the GameCube or the Wii. I think it's the GameCube. Metroid Prime. And I played Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime Echoes, I think. That's a long time ago. Probably still have those, like somewhere around there. Demon Spawn, Ghosts and Goblins, Demon's Crest. This is awesome, you know. This pixel art, 16-bit pixel art. Although I'm an 8-bit, you know, purist myself, the 16-bit is awesome. Jason says, in the first Blair Witch Rustin Park PC game, after the training session, you meet the character Blood Rain. Turns out she's a secret agent working for the same corporation your character worked for. Well, interesting piece of trivia. Remember, we are going to be watching in the next Mystery Zombie Theater 3000 session, which is next weekend. We're going to be watching Blair Witch. You know? And also, we're going to play Call of Cthulhu Alone Against the Tide, you know? The same one we played like a couple of months ago, but now we're going to play with the female professor. We're going to try not to die as quickly as, you know, like a happy squirrel. And this is another world. I played this on PC, you know? And then I learned that it was like a port for the Super Nintendo. This game was really, really impressive. This guy was doing some things with the like a particle accelerator, and I really liked like the 3D display he had, you know, with a 3D operating system. It was really weird. There was a problem with the particle accelerator. He was conducting a test just as a lightning struck the accelerator, you know, and he was teleported like to this alternate dimension. And Flashback is when I played this, someone said it was from the same developer. It was like a sequel, but not really a sequel. It's a guy that loses his memory, if I remember correctly, you know, or something like that. But it had like the same like vector thing style, you see. Cool, now we're going around to watching Blair Witch, says Joe. Okay, next weekend, Mystery Zombie Theater 3000, Blair Witch Project. Lost in Space, Lost Vikings. I played Lost Vikings, you know? And I played it on PC with a friend because I didn't have a PC at that time. This is with 1993. My first PC, I think I got it in 95. You know, and it was because I entered college. So my parents bought it to me in order to use it for college, you know. I also played a lot, you know, mainly played. But I also wrote my reports and my stuff. But this one is 2 years before. We played with a friend. And he didn't have like a sound card, a very good sound card. So what we used to do is we used to play Pantera songs, you know, mainly War for Territory when we played this, because when this guy moved, it was like, you know, and it went very good with the Pantera songs. It was awesome. There were Vikings who were like abducted by aliens or something like that, and they were just running around these alien things. Action! We got a big ship over here. What is this? We will see. New chapter. The shooting game. Zombies ate my neighbors. Booker says, Zombie says, I bought Lost Vikings on PS5 not too long ago. Yeah, I heard they were re-releasing it. This is the first level of Gradius 3. What do we have over here? We got like a big dinosaur. Wasn't Territory a Sepultura song? Yes, you might be completely right. You're absolutely right. Sepultura. Let me check. Now, let me see. War for Territory. I remember we played songs from Pantera and from, let me see. War for Territories. For Territory. Yes, it's by Sepultura. You're right. But I remember, you know, like we played when the Viking was walking around, and we were like, War for Territory. You once pretend when this guy was moving. Yes, good point, Ken. It was from Sepultura. What was I thinking, Pantera? I was thinking for you know, Broken, which we also played, but not in this one. No, we played War for Territories. That's the one we played for this. I don't know why I was thinking Sepultura. I mean, Pantera. Weird. Mouth for War. Yeah. What happened for Zombies Ate My Neighbors coming to PS4? I have no freaking clue. The Chaos Engine. What? Steampunk Arc style in the Chaos Engine. Well, they stole the title of the final episode of my season Alpha 17 season of 7 Days to Die. The Chaos Engine. Mouth for War Walk. I don't know, Ken. The records were from my friend. Hey, Big Mac. Remember, I didn't have a lot of money back then, so I went to his house to play. We listened to the songs and we played. The zombies ate the developers before they got to the neighbors. Oh, that's a possible explanation of what happened. Chaos Engine. Nice. Pantera songs. Mouth for War blog. No, I was thinking about this one. Let me see. Broken Pantera. I'm Broken. I was thinking about I'm Broken, but I'm not sure as to what year was Broken. It was released in '94, so maybe we could have played it, but no, it was mainly, Sepultura. Grim Fandango was a good old school game. I bought the full game on Steam a while back. Haven't gotten much farther than the end of the demo disc I had years ago. I should film some playthroughs. Yes, you should. It's always good to, do the playthrough thing. Super OLED was in the breakthrough shooter on the Super Nintendo. Never played this one or this one. There's like an alien thing over here. From R-Type. I know R-Type. And I've never fought this thing. And these games, never seen them. Pop and Twin B. Yeah, Broken is Pantera. Maybe 96 when Territory was new? Maybe. So maybe, let me see something. Sorry for going off track, but so War for Territory. War for Territory it was released in '93. Yes. No, because I remember that we played at my friend's house because I didn't have a PC, So it checks out. It was in '93. Yeah. R-Type is so hard. No. Shot in mid-flight. Pop in Twin Beat. I never seen this. Never seen this. Traditional Do It. Poppy and Rocky. I don't know. First time I've seen this. There's an octopus there. R-Type has better visuals. There's a baby. This is from Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Whoa. For those who love cinematic monsters and B-movies, there's no ignoring LucasArts' Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Either alone or in two-player mode, the heroes Julie and Zeke shoot their way through more than 50 colorful levels inspired by trashy horror and sci-fi films. Zombies Ate the Neighbors. This is apparently a boss. It's a giant baby. It's not the baby from Resident Evil 8. No, this is a different baby. And you can see like the giant map, you see? This is just screenshots from the game, you know, stitched together. That's why you can see the zombies here. There's the character. Look at this. The toxic substance barrels which generate like the zombie outbreak, you know? LucasArts had some cool games back in the day, yes. Hiroki Gaming says, I remember this game, it was a lot of fun, yes. Shooter Cabaret. Parodios is pure madness. Pretty much everything that Konami produced during the 90s is made fun of without mercy. Okay, this is weird. This is from Konami. I think I've seen this guy, you know? I kind of recognize like the face, you know? This face. I recognize this. I've seen it. Not played by me, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this, you know? Like the eyes and the sassiness, general sassiness attitude. This is plain weird. I don't know what they were smoking when they designed these things, but they did not pay extra, or maybe they did, you know, because this is weird. This is just plain old weird. And I don't know why there is a scantily clad lady in this. This blonde lady is called Honi Miyako and is the boss of the 7th stage of Parodius. She blows small bubbles filled with enemies at the player, and her vulnerable spot is her beautiful face. Okay, so you shoot her in the face, you know, and then she, like, I don't know, cries or something. And Walter Texas Zombie says, looks like Qbert. What, the lady? Or this guy? Yeah, well, this guy looks like Qbert. This lady doesn't look like Qbert. They paid a lot of extra, yes. Baby Cthulhu? Yeah, it has like tentacles, or maybe this one, you know, this is more of Cthulhu. This guy is just sassy, you know? Kind of fed up. And I don't know, the scantily clad lady would just shoot her in the face. In later episodes of Parodius, other beautiful women, often with a little less clothing, take the part of level bosses. Especially in Sexy Parodius from 1996. We might have to do a little bit more research on this, I don't know. That guy, definitely not the lady, yes, okay. Axelay. Yeah, I never see. This guy looks cool. Look at this. This guy looks really, really cool. And this guy is just Doom Guy. We all know this. And Jason says, I was thinking it looked like Qbert. Hey, stop saying the lady looked like Qbert. Or maybe the sassy guy. You know? This guy. I'm thinking this guy is maybe going to be in the thumbnail, you know? Because I like the sassiness. Look at the sassiness. Definitely the sassiness. Yeah, I never played this one. This is straight out of Macross, you know? The sassy guy, yes. Star Fox. Star Fox with the polygons and the things. I remember playing Star Fox, you know, at my friend's house. Nice. Qbert's grandpa? Maybe. Shot in mid-flight. Star Wing. Argonaut software for Nintendo. This thing was just cutting edge for the time, you know? Real-time render polygons. You're fighting like a ship there. Mech Warrior. I've read about Mech Warrior. Never played it. Really cool stuff. Space Maniac. Wing Commander. Oh, this is Wing Commander. Oh. Yeah, this looks familiar. I remember this. I remember this like cutscenes. You see? Over here we got your thoughts wander as the commander makes the rest of the assignments. And over here, what is the point, monsieur? There is one, oui? And over here you fight. Yeah, I remember these things when you were fighting the evil cat ships. And Joe says, only play Mech Warrior, the PNP RPG. Oh, I've heard about Mech Warrior, but never played it. R-Type 3, the third lightning. Because it's R-Type 3, I'm guessing. Jason says, Spawn, a really bad movie. Yes, it's a movie with Matt Lillard and Jason, the one who's married to Sarah Michelle Gellar. Jason something? I don't know. It was a really bad movie. It was such a bad movie, we maybe eventually should watch it on Mystery Zombie Theater 3000. This looks cool, but I never played it. Wild Wild West. Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I was thinking Jason. Maybe I was saying Jason Jr., you know? But it is Freddie Prinze Jr., yes. Wild Guns. Oh, I played this on the arcade. If it is the same one I'm thinking, you know? Because I remember fighting this, you could choose from different characters that look like cowboys, and then you fought these things. I think it's the same one, otherwise it's a very similar game. Super Bomberman. I don't know what the hell. Never played this one. The fighting game. Street Fighter, you know? Hadouken! Hey, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Check this out, Jason. This one is for you. You know? Bomberman is a blast? Awesome. Never played it. Jason said it would be a great choice for Mystery Zombie Theater 3000. Yes. What do we have here? This is King of Fighters or something like that? Fatal Fury. I never understood why this happened. You know, in Street Fighter, you had to like destroy cars. It was weird. It was really weird. This one I don't recognize. You have to destroy ice blocks? This wasn't Street Fighter as well? I remember this, but not this one. Walker Texas Zombie says, who remembers Darius Twin for the Super Nintendo? I don't know. Like I said, I didn't own a Super Nintendo. I just played when I went to a friend's house. Little chompers in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were really annoying. Yes, and it costs about $200, you know, to defeat or something like that. Think of it as an investment. What is that? Donkey Kong Country. This is a different fighting game. This was what? Samurai Showdown. Developed by Rare. Killer Instinct as well, yes. Street Fighter, you see? Zangief, Dalsim. I remember Zambi said, what? And he did the thing. It was kind of like R-Type, says Walker Texas Zombie. No, I never played it. Investment in my childhood, yes. Blanca did the thing of the Hadouken! Oh! Look at this. Look at this. And Chong-Li were like, whack, 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 did the kicks, you know? And then Dalsim went like, blah, blah, blah. Fire! Hadouken! Honda. I like Honda. It was awesome. Yeah. Super Street Fighter 2. I don't remember this lady. She is scantily clad, if you ask me. Not a very good attire for fighting, you know? Lips a little bit exposed in the ass, if you ask me. The new challengers. What do we have here? Battletoads in Battle Maniacs. Well, I have no freaking clue what this is. Battletoads. This guy looks cool. Looks like one of the guard from Jabba's palace in Star Wars. Street Fighter was a fun arcade game, also spawned a bad movie, another one on the list, JC. I don't know. I think, you know, let me just get... We got the clipboard. Because I'm going to write down Wing Commander, you know? Just gotta write it down over here. I'm gonna write down Wing Commander for consideration. Commander. But Street Fighter, I'm gonna write it down for consideration, but Wing Commander is bad good. Street Fighter is kind of bad. There is, you know, the performance from Raul Julia, which is awesome. Street Fighter. This is written for consideration here in the clipboard. You know? It is important to get the clipboard. Peggy said, that is brutal, Battletoads. Yes? I don't know. Never played this one. Joe says, I sucked at most one-on-one fighter games. Mortal Kombat never got past level 3. There was like a Mortal Kombat clone. I don't remember the name, and I managed to finish it actually. There was, I was playing a guy that had like bionic legs and arms and looked like Mr. Bison, you know, if anyone remembers. That Mortal Kombat, not Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter clone, I managed to finish it. Walker Texas Zombie says, Cammy was the name of the scantily clad female. Oh yeah, the lady with the ass. Okay. Wing Commander is actually a better choice, yes. Battletoads. Well, never played it. What do we have over here? King of Dragons. Never heard of this one. Big Mac says, first time I played multiplayer was with my cousin. We killed my PC. The HD crashed. RIP. You know, like HD. Yeah, I never played this. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. And we're getting to the end of the book. Super Punch Out. Okay. Weird. It's like a boxing game, you see? That PC went through 3 HDs. There might have been an issue with the power supply thing, you know? Because it's not normal to kill those many hard drives. This clown would have scared like the out of me, you know? Because clowns do that. KO! Knights of the Fighting Table. I played this one. I remember this guy with the armor. But I played it on like an arcade. Interesting. Oh, look at this. Knights of the Round fought their way through the arcades before arriving on the SNES shortly after. Yes. From Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Yes. KO! Fast Food Fighters. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4. Turtles in Time. I think I played this, or I saw this on arcade as well. It's interesting. Other game genres, you know? Like basketball, football. This is football, you know? Not soccer, football. Because there's actual feet touching an actual ball, you know? Not like the thing you guys in the States call football. No, it's handball, you know? Because you run around with the ball in your hands. This is football. Just so you know, PSA. My guess, I was a noob on PCs and it was a lemon. Most expensive lemon. 2400. Expensive. Puzzle fun with Mario and friends. You got Wario over there. Tetris over there. Yoshi. This is like Yoshi Tetris, you know? Dr. Mario. Strategy and simulations and oddities. This is SimCity. Old school SimCity. Evo, Search for Eden. This thing over here with this guy, you know. This wormy guy over here looks a little bit surprised. I'm just gonna zoom in so you can look at it. You see? This guy? It looks like this guy. Ah, the pixels. I like the pixels. It was back in late 94. Bahamut Lagoon. Never seen that. Okay, this is like an exercise game or something. Oh, look at this. You could like actually do the pixels. SimCity was my husband's favorite game. SimCity is a good game, you know. I played a lot of that. And then I destroyed the cities with the tornadoes and the Arcopolis and whatever. I don't know. It was awesome. Flight simulators. The Game of Seasons. What is this? Story of Seasons. Bokuyo Monogatari. Harvest Moon. Never seen this one. Card games? Ogre Battle. Mario Paint was a flop, says Walker Texas Zombie. Oh, that was Mario Paint. Oh. Yeah, I don't know about these things. Mecha Mission. We have some mech games, you know. Never see these ones. This is like a flight simulator. Pilot Wings. Nice. RPG strategy. Not every Nintendo game made its way to the West. Only on Game Boy Advance did Fire Emblem finally made its way to Europe. Fire Emblem. That rings a bell. Would sure like to play games that I had on the C64 again. Well, there's plenty of emulators, you know. I play my Atari 65XE or Atari 800 XL. It's the same thing. All the time, you know. There's a section on the channel dedicated to those 8-bit games. Just download the friggin' emulator, you know, and you just fire it up and just do it, you know. Do not give a rat's ass. Do it. You want to play games from the Commodore 64? You play the games from the Commodore 64. Egg Racer. I think I played Egg Racer. Rings a bell. Particularly this encounter over here, you know? With like this like ghost thingy. I think I played it. Yes, Walker takes a zombie. Egg Racer. Okay, this is like a baseball game. Racing games. An angry like truck there. I don't know. Super tennis over here. Extra innings. Major League Baseball. Heard of emulators, just haven't tried them. They're very easy, you know, you just Google that and in 20 minutes you're gonna be playing your favorite games, you know, and it's a blast. Trust me, it's a blast. To be able to play the thing you played like 30 years ago, right now. Mario Kart. I watched the guys from the Game Society Pimps play a lot of Mario Karts, you know. That's one of the channels I watch. I think they're gonna stream like, or maybe they're streaming, I don't know. We're gonna finish this and then I'm going to check out if they're streaming. Footballs. Sensible soccer. Football, not soccer, football. This is kind of weird. Fishing simulators. Over here we get Big Fish. You see? Bass Masters Classic. Jason says there was an awesome Spider-Man game on PC back in the late 90s or early 2000s where Doc Ock gets taken over by a symbiont and Spidey has to run from him. Can't remember the name of the game. I've never heard of that one as well. We got Bugs Bunny over here. Looney Tunes B-Ball. Mode 7 Master. Oh, interesting. You know, like, it's like a hovercraft or something like that. F-Zero. You know? Which is not the same as giving 0 Fs. This is F-Zero. Cartoon Olympics with the Looney Tunes. You see? You got Buster. Dizzy Devil is the wind wheel, the whirlwind. These are nice looking games, you know. Also, this plane over there, happy. And that's it. The image credits. And it says goodbye. And that's the book. Like I said, I'm going to put the link to the bitmap. These guys have a lot of books, you know. Buster Butts Loose was one of my favorites, says Brad Wright. Emulators are great. I got to play lots of games when they first came out. Sadly, they weren't always stable back then. Some players hate themselves during the gameplay. Yeah, but now emulators, you know, through the roof. So yeah, that was the Pixel book. The unofficial SNES Pixel book. This is the case where it comes from. And like I said, in future episodes, not next week, because next week we're going to play Call of Cthulhu, you know? We're gonna play the Call of Cthulhu RPG. We're gonna check out this, A Guide to Japanese Role-Playing Games, which is like an awesome game. I mean, awesome book, I mean. And we're gonna check out this one, The Art of Point. It was simple title, Spider-Man 2000. Oh. The Art of Point-and-Click Adventure Games, you know? You got like the awesome point-and-click art. This is a good book. I think this is the next one we're gonna you know, let's check out. Because next week, like I said, I'm gonna switch to Big JC. Next week, Call of Cthulhu RPG. Solo Against the Tide, you know? Alone Against the Tide. We're gonna play that. So get ready for, you know, like the happy little squirrel state of mind. And then the week after that, most likely either a Transformer stream or this one, the pixel art stream. So yeah, I'm thinking that's it. We streamed for a little over an hour and a half, so it's a good chill stream, you know. Yeah, the point and click book, it looks awesome. It was a good chill stream, good for a Saturday evening. So I hope you know your weekend is a good one. And reference to Sam and Max remind me of a Poker Night 2. Just checking, it's no longer available. Poker Night, I think it's on Steam. You know? Check that. I don't know. Yes, we'll look into the emulators. It's good, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this stream. That's it for now, and see you next time.